'82, I was 17, my old man was 55. If you do the math between the two of us, that's 72 years of life. An eternity, so it seemed to me. How could anything live that long? Now I say my folks were only 84 the year that they passed on. For a little while it seems you got time to choose your dreams. Pretty soon you look around and you see 100 years ain't what it used to be. And my grandpa Roy, when he was a boy in 1904, he was taught by men who fought in the actual Civil War. And only 8 decades passed and my high school class put the tassels on the other side. Started on our way full of naivete on the great American ride. The months and years slide past, each more quickly than the last. Pretty soon you look around and you'll see 100 years ain't what it used to be. Oh, got it!
Oh, yeah. Oh, yeah, Johnny Heidt. Oh, yeah.
He did the guitar face.
Ibuprofen's under buy again in my online shopping cart. Every week I learn of something else I should be doing for my heart. If I use the wrong pillow, I might have trouble getting out of bed. My hair grows in my ears and nose now more than on my head. As a kid, to me, ancient history was something like World War I. But I arrived close to that time than this year as I sing this song. And I'm starting to find I can wrap my mind around life is brief and dear. I can hardly believe my baby girl's turned 26 this year. For a little while it seems you got time to choose your dreams. Pretty soon you look around and you'll see everybody 100 years ain't what it used to be. Before you know it, you're 63, making plans for Medicare A and B. You look around yourself and you see 100 years ain't what it used to be.
We are rolling.
Josh Arnold, investment consultant, brings you Garage Logic Podcast. I have 1801, boys.
I have 1800.
No, we already did
1800 was the last one. I have 1801.
Did you have a nice weekend?
It was it's June 23rd, 2026. 99 degrees on this day in both 1922 and 1937. And you know what people said to each other?
What?
Boy, it's hot out, isn't it? And on this day in 1972, it was 44 degrees. Call Josh Arnold at 952-925-5608 for a free 48-minute consultation.
Hail the flashlight king.
And now, from the mayor's office above the boathouse on the east shore of Spoon Lake, it's Garage Logic with Chris Reavers manning Technology Corner, Kenny Olson from the Krabby Coffee Shop, John Heidt in the newsroom, and of course, the rookie. Here is your flashlight king, fireworks commissioner, and the keeper of common sense, your mayor, Joe Souchere.
Okay, my voice probably doesn't sound perfect, but it hasn't been used for 5 or 6 days.
Why is that, Joe?
Well, I was in, as the British would say, I was in hospital. They wouldn't put the in there like Kenny doesn't use it when he's driving a truck. I was in the hospital.
You were at hospital.
I was at hospital.
Yeah.
And
Any stories? Any?
that was interesting.
You were not having a laugh.
No, I had I did.
Are you going to go ahead and tell everybody that Chris saved your life, and the other three of us wished you were dead?
Remember when we said, no,
Wow.
you're fine. You're fine.
You don't,
Hey,
no,
what
don't
the
go to the
hell?
hospital.
Kenny said, "No, you can do the show."
Stay here and do the show.
Yeah, we need the money.
Bleeding out of your eyes doesn't mean anything,
No,
Mayor. Come
a little
on,
red.
man.
It looks a little red, but I think you're okay.
Where were we?
As long as the blood
No,
isn't dark.
I mean, really, where were we? I don't remember.
We were here.
You were saying hi.
You came in. You
So
were not feeling well.
last Wednesday night at 6:00, everything was perfectly normal in my physical world. At 7:00, my elbow was 2 to 3 times the size it should be.
That's right.
Okay, but nothing else.
Here,
We did get you a pillow.
Thank you.
I got
Isn't
you.
that
Is
sweet?
that going to be?
You think it was
way
a-
too big?
Was it a bite?
Huh?
Do you think you were bitten by something?
No evidence of a bite. Perfect, Rook. No evidence of a bite. No evidence of a scratch. But
Once bitten, twice shy.
can I tell the story?
What?
We're trying to do this briefly and in order, okay?
It's going to be a while.
You think you have some claim on me now because you think you saved my life.
Yeah.
He alone.
Where are they?
See it.
Where are the boys
you
going
guys
to
didn't do a
college?
thing, according to him.
Reavers, where are the boys going to college again?
Yeah,
So, 7:00. Look at this. What the hell is this big elbow? Went to bed. Woke up Thursday. That big elbow's still there. And I was feeling a little punky.
woozy.
No, just feeling a little achy and still didn't think much of it. But within an hour, I thought enough of it because I was feeling worse. On the way here, I stopped at urgent care, only to leave because it would have taken too long.
You're a bad waiter.
Yeah.
I'm a bad waiter.
F your health.
So I drive here, and I must admit I knew something was wrong because I went over 3 curbs, and my car died 5 times. And I said to myself, I forgot how to drive. And I got here, and I came upstairs, and you looked at me, and you said, nope.
Nope.
And by that time, man, I was in, I didn't feel good. So went back to you guys.
Oh, wait a
Gabe took
minute.
me back to urgent care.
There was a big meeting, and most of the meeting was you worrying about how to get your car home.
Yes.
That was your big concern.
Which we said it's in a
and we're like,
secure.
oh my God, stop it with the car.
Which I didn't worry about. As far as I know, it's down there.
No, one of the security guards took it out like Ferris.
Ferris Bueller.
Yeah. There's a couple of
Marvin.
It wasn't just you hitting
Marvin
the
took it
curb.
for a joyride all weekend.
Marvin went to Chicago
It's
with
full
it. I
of
opened
gas
the
now.
line.
It's full of gas. You're
It's
good to
got
go.
2,500 more miles on it.
You're
but-
determined to make this a long story.
Oh,
aren't
yeah,
you?
of course we are.
So
No, but we did. We all said no.
left the
no,
car
no.
here. Gabe gave me a ride. So he gets some credit, too.
Yep.
Partial.
He gave me a ride back to urgent care. The CP joined me. We sat there. The guy goes in. He sees me. He sees the elbow, and he says, "Well, you got to have that. You got to have that drained." There was a different word they used. They didn't use drained. What the hell word did they use?
Expunged.
No. Whatever. You got to have that drained.
Let out.
And I said, "Well, let's do it." And he said, "No, I don't do that. We don't do that.
We don't do that here.
You got to go to a hospital.
You got to go
for
to
that.
Jiffy Lube.
You got to go to a hospital."
Sure.
So he recommended St. John's, and then 30 minutes later called and said, "Don't go to St. John's. It's too crowded. Go to Southdale. It's not as crowded." I can't imagine what St. John's must have been like, because Southdale was, I'll tell you what, these nations' emergency rooms are packed.
Yep.
So hours went by. But the minute they saw me, they started an IV antibiotic. And they drained that sucker. And they said, "You got to stay here." I said, "Why? What's going on?" "Well, you got a sepsis. Sepsis is set in."
Did they need to aspirate? Is that the word?
No,
Okay. Siphon?
no.
Get your
Matt-
mouth down there, Doc.
I think aspiration is the actual word.
Well, we're moving on.
Okay.
And so...
Are we?
Well, I'm trying. So they drain it, and I'm still clothed. I'm in this gurney, and that's the way I stayed for the next 24 hours. They had no rooms,
Really?
No room at the inn?
no room at the inn.
So were you in the ER?
Yeah.
Oh, wow.
So I stayed overnight in the ER. And,
Oh, ick. So
Oh,
noisy.
in one of the no, he means in one of the
well, there's a little
curtain,
Oh,
the
okay.
curtained off rooms.
All
in the-
right.
in
had a
the
room.
Okay.
It wasn't out in the hall.
They didn't put you on the crosstown.
Boy,
I wasn't sitting outside.
you would have got a bunch of columns though had you been sitting out in the hallway watching.
One guy said, "I need some money for some pop." This is while we're waiting to get in, and he'd been a pain in the ass for about an hour. And I said,
on your radar.
he said, "I forgot my wallet." You know, usually I'm going to give a guy money for that, but this guy was bothering me. So I said, "I tell you what, you mean you came to the emergency room and you forgot your wallet?" And he didn't know what to say to
You
that.
got into it with a
I did. I got in a little squabble.
Jeez.
Oh, my God. Where was the video recording?
So, where was I?
You're in the ER.
Late
Stay in the night.
Thursday night.
Late Friday afternoon, a room opened up.
All right.
And that improved my world considerably. So, went up to the room, and then,
Single bedroom?
that's right.
Nice.
Yeah. Unlike my brother, one of my brothers
Yeah.
in a parallel universe was at St. John's during the same exact period.
Oh, wow.
And he ended up with a roommate who stayed on the phone, and the phone was on the speaker. So there was nothing he could do about it. So anyway, he was there for a completely different reason. He was worse off than I was, but he's better now. So
I remember how dumb he was.
thus began just the endless intravenous dripping and waiting, and sure enough, the fever broke, and then they're not going to let you go till basically I was held hostage to whatever the numbers were that came back from a lab.
Sure.
Because they'd come in there about every 5 minutes and suck about 3 gallons of blood out of you, take it to the lab and check it, and slowly but surely the numbers got better. To make a long story short, my average citizen understanding is, A, they couldn't tell me how this happened. They examined me for a bite just like I did. I didn't even, and I normally have a good bleeding scratch on me somewhere, but I couldn't even find that. So no one knows why. And the reasonable assumption that I was to make is that I was lucky I got there when I did. At my age, you don't want this if you're late to the party.
Got it.
It might be way too late
Sure.
to mitigate it.
What did you do? What change in your life from
You don't
Wednesday
think
to
I've thought of
Thursday?
nothing? I didn't even go outside last Wednesday. If you'll recall, it was raining.
Right? That's what I mean. I don't know. That's weird.
Matthew, I have a question for you about
Yo.
the mayor's condition. Let's say Joe finally did get a room late Friday afternoon.
Yeah.
How would Joe have handled the potential roommate situation?
That phone would have been smashed. I don't care if he's walking on. If he could crawl over there, he would have thrown it out the window, smashed it, or said, "Hey, Dick."
And he would have had the golf tournament on.
Well, get this.
Such, sepsis killed a nephew of mine in his 20s.
Yep.
What?
It's all about getting to the hospital before it's too
Well,
late.
Kyle Busch.
Wait, that's what got Bush?
Yeah, he
had
ignored.
sepsis.
Well,
Oh,
he
I
had
didn't know
pneumonia,
that.
Yes.
and he was like that Jim Henson of the Muppets guy. He didn't follow up on it.
That's what got my nephew.
They stayed busy
Jeez,
thinking,
Kenny.
and I was prepared to do that until Reavers saved my life.
Oh, way to go, Chris.
Yeah. I would have preferred the Thursday show. Would have been a great show with him mumbling about.
So, Friday the numbers got a little better, Saturday a little better, Sunday a little better, but they always want one more. So Monday another drip, and then they said, "Okay, you're going to get discharged," at which I did at about 5:30 yesterday afternoon.
So are you back doing routine, drinking a cup of coffee, reading the paper in
Yes.
the morning? What's your energy level like?
And I don't think I'm in peak physical condition right now.
Yeah, it took a lot out of you.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Probably not for maybe
What
5,
about
10 years.
what about the brain stuff? Are you adding and deciphering and
Yeah, I am.
You know that President Trump is still
Yeah.
in office?
Yeah, I have some things to say about it.
Well, before you move on,
Turn him off.
Before you move on,
Christ, Matthew,
No, I don't
why
want
would
any
you?
grief today because I'm going to present it in such a way that GLers, even our Trump defending GLers, might accept.
Before you move on to that, though, the only reason I asked about the roommate situation is when you mentioned your brother. All I could picture was you. The only thing you had all weekend was the ability to watch the U.S. Open, and for some guy next to you, separated by a curtain, who's that? Does he have a handicap?
I don't think I missed one shot of the
lucky
U.S.
you-
Open.
all
You're lucky you had that this
You had the
weekend.
U.S. Open.
From staying in hospitals, I know it's impossible to get a good night's sleep. Were you able to
No,
with all
never
the
saw
noise
it.
and
No,
distraction?
no.
No, it's a horrible place.
Plus,
to
the
stay.
next thing you know, somebody's standing over you at 2 in
Yeah.
the morning. I got to take your vitals.
Yeah, well, it's 2:30 in the morning. Leave me alone.
Yeah.
I'm still alive. Can it wait?
I got two. No, I was going to finish the room thing.
Yeah.
I was on an orthopedic floor.
Oh, cool.
Oh, okay.
The elbow apparently
right in.
being the center of this.
Okay.
And the reason they don't operate to flush it out is because they have little success in healing when you operate on something that's infected. Oh. So they use needles to withdraw, and then they examined the fluid, and it didn't concern them, so they weren't going to operate.
Oh, wow.
So I think everyone on that floor did not have. Well, I could be wrong, but I didn't see any roommates because I would go walking.
Yeah, you just
They
saw a lot
finally
of,
let me go walking with a walker.
you saw a lot of bad shoes.
I'd pay money to see that.
Did you have the gown on with your butt
With your
crack
ass
sticking
hanging out, tennis balls in the bottom of the walker, and like a little ooga horn.
No.
A little flower basket.
No, it
with
was
your
worse
stuff.
than the bottom. It was worse than the bottom sticking out. You ready?
Oh God!
Oh, no.
Long white ass.
No!
One of those
not listening.
paper diapers.
Oh, nice. Nice.
Tell me somebody got a photo. We can send it TMZ.
Was showering an issue?
I had one.
Oh,
Yeah.
that's nice.
You didn't go
With
for the sponge bath.
Betty, the buxom
There you go.
nurse.
We have the nice
No,
lady.
there was
coming.
none of that.
Oh,
No, it was.
Every woman who waited on me would have failed the baby walk with their names. And I want to say, what am I going to do about my Somali brothers and sisters now?
what do you mean?
Yeah.
Well, I'm
They
in
all
love
work
with
there.
every Somali woman I met there.
Yeah.
I have never met such competency.
Yeah.
Now, what the hell's this? Where is the dichotomy here?
Because you met
Right.
hard-working Somalis.
My
that went to school
God
and
in
are
heaven,
working-
do they go to some elite training
Knowing
academy?
someone that's at-
Same with the white nurses and the Asian nurses and the
Indian,
whatever.
The Indian doctors and nurses.
Knowing
Indian
someone
doctors and nurses.
very close to me in that ground zero stage, those people know exactly what they're doing. They really do. And all of them. It doesn't matter what your background is, where you were raised.
We're talking beyond that. The attitude
Yeah, the bedside manner.
was unbelievable.
100%. Yeah.
Tell me you resisted any type of fraud talk.
I
with
did
that
bring it up.
Little small talk. Hey, you're drawing my blood, but can you believe that? What the hell's going on here?
Are you getting paid by walls?
No, I did not bring it up.
I know you did.
So-
I know you did.
Well,
I
I'm
have
not
one-
as dumb as you. When all these special Olympians arrived, you asked somebody, what's your event? And they said, I'm a volunteer.
That was not my finest hour. Not my finest hour at the airport.
How chagrined were you?
I ate both feet
Oh.
in about 7 seconds.
Such, I have one friendly tip for you the next time you have to go to the emergency room. I've actually tried to get served at South Fairview, Southdale. I put a drill all the way through my hand,
Oh.
and I sat in that waiting room with my hand up in the air for 3 hours.
Still got it.
When I had a heart attack, I walked into the ER or the emergency room. I pointed at my chest and I said, I think I'm having a heart attack. They grabbed me by the neck and drugged me in there and had me hooked up to machines within 2 minutes.
Wow.
And then that's what you would say, by the way, could you check my elbow?
Oh, man. I heard a troubling statistic. At my age, for every day you spend in the hospital, you need 5 days to get back to where you were.
No kidding.
So I need 25 to 30 days.
Jeez.
Boy, if you only had that much vacation, huh?
So, I mean, I know you're trying to wrap up to do
Well,
an ad here.
I'm trying to make a point.
Oh, go. I'm sorry. Go ahead.
To get back to where I was.
Yep.
Was no Olympic status whatsoever in terms of physical fitness, but I was in really decent shape.
Yeah, you're still golfing
Really
weekly. Yeah.
decent shape. And I could do a lot of stuff. And I attribute that to walking and weighing a reasonable weight, eating really a pretty healthy diet, and sleeping. Okay, basic stuff. Don't think somebody my age would have survived Thursday if they weren't in decent shape.
That's a good point. No, you're right.
So I don't think being in decent shape will ever prevent anybody from getting anything.
No.
What it might help you do is survive whatever you get.
Yeah.
Repair.
I feel the need to ask this question before you do your ad.
No.
Matthew, Gabe, and I were just wondering, since we did, quote unquote, save your life,
Yeah.
where is our rank now in the will? I mean, are we
Yeah,
at the
we're
top
still
of the
a little bit of
list?
money
Are we in the
left,
middle
right?
part of the
You didn't
list?
spend
Are
it
we-
all on health care, did you? You got a deductible?
Again, John and I just wanted you to do
Yeah.
a show so we could
Yep.
watch you die live
Yep.
on the air. That's, Jesus.
It would have been
Reavers,
good
you're lucky.
podcasting, wouldn't it?
Yeah, it would have been millions of views.
I mean,
Well-
you would have got some hits.
And Kenny, I only said that because
I
you're 3
was-
hours away.
I was working behind the scenes, and the new Garage Logic starring Kenny and Jay Coles was set to start tomorrow, actually.
Yeah, Kenny actually sent me a note, said, you want to do news when we start the new podcast?
Oh, just so you know, Kenny, they did deliver the signs. They're behind the door when you come down here. Okay?
And when I did call Patrick, I did say you have to ask him I know you're in the hospital. What's coming up on the ride?
How's the fluid? What kind of fluid did they take?
I didn't need an attorney on this occasion. This was not an accident. In the event you're in an accident and God forbid you're injured, get a hold of Brad.
Here we go.
Get a hold of Bradshaw and Bryant, personal injury attorneys. You may not know what to do if you're ever injured in an accident. I wasn't in an accident and I didn't know what to do. Insurance companies and adjusters can be tough to deal with, so let Mike Bryant from Bradshaw and Bryant and his team explain your rights, represent you, and get you through that tough time. I hope you're never in an accident, but if you are, call Bradshaw and Bryant at 800-770-7008 or go to Minnesota personalinjury.com for a free case evaluation, and please don't be a part of the problem. Don't text and drive or drive distracted, because I'd watch you walk right into the ER or get wheeled into the ER. That's just common sense from Bradshaw and Bryant.
'82, I was 17, my old man was 55. If you do the math between the two of us, that's 72 years alive. An eternity, so it seemed to me. How could anything live that long? Now I say my folks were only 84 the year that they passed on. For a little while it seems you got time to choose your dreams. Pretty soon you look around and you see 100 years ain't what it used to be. And my grandpa Roy, when he was a boy in 1904, he was taught by men who fought in the actual Civil War. And only 8 decades passed, and my high school class put the tassels on the other side. Started on our way full of naivete on the great American ride. The months and years slide past, each more quickly than the last. Pretty soon you look around and you'll see
The Trump.
It's time to play. Is that his cylinder index or his golf score? Either way, it's a big number. Here's Joe Souchere.
All right, speaking of cylinders, good liner there, Such. Something weird was happening with my old Polaris Ranger side-by-side. Now, this thing gets a lot of year-round use, so I was really surprised when it started occasionally stumbling at lower speeds. I checked the air cleaner right away. I couldn't believe it. It was fine. No problems there, but then I took one look at that carb, and I could tell just by looking at it, nope, I'm not pulling that thing off there. I'm not digging that thing out. So out came the Seafoam motor treatment, and I didn't even have the correct kind in the chem cabinet. All I had was a big can of this high-mileage treatment meant for cars and trucks, I think over 75,000 miles. I just ignored all that nonsense, dumped about a half a can into a full tank on Saturday, and I have to say, so far so good. I drove it Sunday and Monday and probably today. Only time will tell if that carburetor is coming off, but for now, Seafoam saved me a trip to the mechanic shop. You know what? I should have been taking my own advice. What do I always say? Occasionally dump in a healthy shot just to keep things happy. And that's preventive maintenance, but now I'm on the other end of that and using Seafoam as a miracle cure. And that's what's great about Seafoam. Use it occasionally and reap the benefits of it, or use it in a panic and keep the rig out of the shop. A wonderful product in the world of bad gas and, in my case, neglected maintenance. Our friend Seafoam.
I did a lot of thinking about why people still believe that Trump is a legitimate president. And I know many GLers are disappointed in me because I don't believe he is. I don't believe he's trustworthy in anything. But here's the way I would say it. Because the media, I think, has become ridiculous. When you spend 5 days and you watch these Capitol reporters, you would think the reflecting pool is the biggest problem in the country. They are a gaggle of fairly non-serious people, these White House correspondents. And I don't understand something basic. The conventional news gatherers have a reputation as being lefties. Well, but none of them are calling Trump out the way Biden was called out when Biden fell asleep or needed help leaving a stage or something. Biden was always ridiculed. Why isn't Trump? I don't know. That's just an aside. This reflecting pool. Well, he's Fred Flintstone. And he looked at that, and all he saw was a swimming pool. So they went and they fixed something that essentially wasn't broken. So, I got a lot of time on my hands, so I'm looking up the history of the pool and how it worked. And it circulated water back and forth between the Washington, D.C. treatment center and the reflecting pool. And it was built, it's 100 years old. It worked. And then in 2009, it was refurbished, became a concrete bottom, but the same kind of water system still worked. But it gained Trump's attention because it was part of the national symbols he wanted to reshape in his own fashion. He wants an arch, he wants a ballroom, he wants his name on things, and so he looks at that and he said, "Well, I'm gonna make that blue. That'd be different." And it turns out he hired a guy who couldn't make the extras cast in The Sopranos. Did you see a picture of that guy?
Yes.
It was just unbelievable. Unbelievable. And so this guy screws it up completely. And he's paid on a no-bid contract a ridiculous amount of money. The problem is it didn't work, and then they began pouring God knows how many ducks are now dying. And, I'm surprised, seriously, the zoo in Washington doesn't send a bunch of people there to don't let animals land there. You put a bird in there, they're going to last about 2 minutes. Because it's full of whatever they put in there.
Well, how are you going to do that?
Well, I'm leading up to a point. What occurred to me is that the problem I have with Trump is no one in the history of the country, well, I'll just limit it to this. No one in the history of the presidency has ever asked people to disbelieve their own eyes and ears more than him. He is trying to sell you the idea that this has been vandalized by liberals. Somebody took a sword and walked in there and cut the whole thing apart and lifted it up and tried to rip it apart. That did not happen. That's not true. There's no evidence of that. Now, here's where it works for him. There are people, it's a dwindling number, I think, in this country. People are catching on. There are people who buy that because they, too, share his disdain for liberal people. I share disdain for liberals' ideas. I really don't give a bleep if you're a liberal or not. Let's talk about your ideas. I don't think liberals went to the reflecting pool with a big knife, walked down the middle of it to cut the bottom out of it and tear it apart. That didn't happen. But he's selling that. He creates false realities that I think he believes. And he sells that to people he knows will buy it. Because you can imagine some guy and his wife watching TV somewhere in America, and he's selling this vandalism story, and Fox News is reporting the vandalism as though it is an actual thing, and they're saying to each other, the man and woman, those damn liberals, they even wrecked the reflecting pool. No one wrecked the reflecting pool except Trump and this guy who works for Via Catrone. So the reflecting pool got wrecked. It needs to be fixed. Vandals did not wreck the reflecting pool. And I watched days of Trump saying, well, he had vandals in there. No. Do you believe vandals wrecked the reflecting pool? Kenny, do you?
I couldn't give a shit about any of this.
All right.
Seriously.
Yeah.
I have real serious issues
I
going
preface
on in
that
my life.
I preface
and
that.
Trump in the reflecting pool. And
I preface that by
the fighting
saying
and all of that.
that there
care.
are serious problems.
Yeah, I don't care about any of this.
But it's a great example of him creating a false reality and asking you to believe it. John, do you think vandals destroyed the reflecting pool?
No.
Reavers,
I do not.
do you?
I also
don't.
kind of with Kenny. I don't really.
I get it. It's fun to be that way. It's fun to say I'm above that and I don't worry about it. I'm not worried about the reflecting pool.
I'm not
I
above
grant you everything about you saying about it. It's not that important. What is important is you're being led by a congenital liar. He's making this stuff up as he goes. He creates these false realities, and he sustains the very hatred people out there might have and believe that, I can see a liberal went in there with a sword and cut that thing apart. It's governed by about 30 military cameras.
I know we don't do whataboutism, but they're all the same. It's the same thing as Walls blaming Trump for fraud in this state.
Boy, I really have lost the room.
Yeah. But I'm just saying, Joe, they all lie.
But that's not the point I was making. Jesus Christ, I'm praying.
I think the point we're making is that you're focused on something that doesn't really matter. And once again, you're biting on the hook that he's sending out. He's the biggest troll in the history of the universe. I mean, we're going to take over Canada, or we're going to buy Greenland or Iceland or whatever. It's going to be the Gulf of Trump and all this other bullshit that you've concerned yourself with over the last year. To me, it means absolutely nothing. And I don't think I'm above it. I just don't care.
Well, and I think it means everything. Because
Well,
you're
that's-
being led by a liar. There's not a word he says that you can believe.
And-
Not one word.
And I would attribute that to every president we've had since, I don't know, FDR.
If we think Trump and the other presidents are comparable, Kenny, I couldn't disagree with you more in concerns of lying and misleading the public. And
So you like Biden, huh?
I don't know how we'd come to that conclusion from what I said.
what
It sounds
you
like a
just
very
said.
silly argument and dumb as hell.
There's
But
not
yeah.
a way in the world for a sane, intelligent human being to find anything to defend about Trump.
Here's the
again,
problem. This is
not
a useless
defending.
conversation.
Not
useless.
defending.
Useless conversation always will be. It'll be useless conversation until there's a different president.
But who is at fault? Is it President Trump or is it the media that's covering this? And you can't blink without there being a reflective pool story.
Can I try to? I'll be glad to move on because this didn't work.
Never will.
I guess not. The point I make, and when you have to say that means you fail to make your point. So I fail to make my point. My point is that it's quite evident to me that he creates for himself a false reality for his position. He lies and he believes the lies, and he has people who also believe the lies. And I don't know that the country is not better off for that.
I agree with Kenny in that, the reflecting pool,
Yeah.
don't care, but he does this with every issue,
With everything. I thought
whether
the
it's
reflecting pool would be
important.
easy to understand.
Yeah, whether it's important or not. He does it with
He's doing it with Iran.
I was just going to say he does it with Iran, and that affects people's lives directly. I mean,
Yeah, how
people
about
get
dying
killed.
and being flown home in a casket with an American flag on it? For what? Oh, they're going to not have the nuclear bomb. The hell they won't. If they want it, they'll have it.
It's a conversation, it's going to be around forever, but you can't have it. It's
When you say until we get a new president, I guess the point, and I don't want to speak
We might
for
never
Kenny,
get a new one.
But my point, and I don't want to speak for Kenny, is I don't think it's ever going to matter who holds office. We're never going to be fed the truth as an American public.
I
go ahead,
disagree. I pick a past president. Name me any of them.
Biden.
Who you think would create a false reality about something as simply. It's something so simple for people to observe and catch you lying about it. Who would have lied about the reflecting pool?
Biden and his kid and the laptop.
I don't think so.
Really?
I don't think so.
Really?
I don't. I don't think Biden would try to sell a story about conservatives got in there with a knife and destroyed the reflecting pool. Now, I didn't vote for Biden. I think he was a career mediocre failure as president. But he's not going to go to a podium and say, or he's not going to gather his obsequious factotum around him and say, isn't that right, Mike? That was vandalism, wasn't it? Oh, yes, sir.
You're right, because what he would do is just get his talking points from George Soros, and then he would just go up there.
I don't think, see, we've reached a point in this country where if I say, I don't think Biden would have lied about a reflecting pool, I'm seen as a completely liberal communist.
And that's why it's not
Jesus
ever going to
God
matter.
in heaven, what's wrong with people?
It's just not going to matter for.
And this was all after your weekend stuff. So
No,
what did they fill
I
you full of?
believe all presidents have selectively lied and will
Certainly.
continue to. That's a given. But we've never experienced a president who lies about about things that are so obviously easy to disprove. The grass is ruined around where he had the fight. It's ruined. Well, it should have been. You put bleachers on there and all that BS. You got to regrow the grass. He's blaming that on vandalism. It's so obvious to prove that it's not vandalism. Why would he lie about things so easy to catch him in the act of lying? You know why? He doesn't think he's lying. He, in his destroyed brain, which never developed past the age of 7, he thinks that's true. He thinks some corrupt Navy SEAL got in there with a sword and walked down the entire length of the pool. And it could happen, couldn't it? And they tore all that bottom off, and now they're arresting people who dare touch it.
Is that the liner like Royce always talks about?
Yes,
pool liner?
yes.
Yeah, those
Here,
damn
they
things
cut
cause a
the
lot of
liner with
problems.
a sword.
Yeah.
No,
Anybody drive a lawnmower
Giant
in there?
medieval sword.
No one did that, Don. No one.
So what have we accomplished here in the last 20 minutes, Joe?
Welcome back, everybody.
I look at for 5 days. Now you could have said, "Well, watch something else." Well, I'm a news junkie. And again, I passed my test. I said, if you were locked in a hospital for 5 days and all you had on TV was CNN, you would think the world had come to an end.
I wouldn't have it on. That's
know,
the
but-
difference between you and me.
Well, you would have watched a nature show or something
The
about
other
nude
thing is,
people.
you had
Anything
the
but
U.S.
that, yeah.
Open on all weekend.
Naked and afraid.
Well, for 2 days, I had to watch
You
U.S.
kidding.
Open on an iPad because this outfit
Oh,
didn't have the Golf Channel. And then for Saturday and Sunday, I had it from 9 a.m. until she
But
wrapped up.
I asked you a legitimate question, and I want to know the answer. What have we accomplished? I'll answer it for you. We have accomplished further dividing the two tribes.
And
That's all we've done.
And it's never going to change. That's the point.
And John's right. It's not going to change.
It's not going to change.
I guess what I was attempting to do was to say to the GLers who are disappointed in me because I just can't get behind this guy.
Careful.
I'm trying to explain to you why. Just so all my enemies who still love Trump, you and me, let's pretend we're going to get together on this. Just explain to me how you can allow yourself to believe lies about something as obviously disprovable as the reflecting pool.
I think
Just
what we
explain it
should
to
do-
me. And I guess if your explanation is, well, I don't care about that, well, that's the problem. You
That's not
don't
the problem.
care.
That's what keeps me healthy. That's what keeps me from obsessing about this like you are.
Oh, you keep using the word obsessing. You wouldn't believe the number of things I think about. I'm not obsessed about a reflecting pool. I brought it up because I thought it was an easy to understand example of a guy who lies so much. He'll lie to your face about something. He'll say this is a black piece of paper and he'll believe it.
And I'll not give a damn, and you'll be enraged.
No, I'll say no, sir. That's a white piece of paper.
I won't even engage.
That's because you're racist.
See, I don't engage in that nonsense.
Well, I do.
Except
and-
here on GL.
Yeah, I was going to say, somebody's got to.
131, don't give a damn.
Exactly.
Well, but I do.
I know you do. and
Somebody
I
has
guess
to, you know.
we love you for it.
Yeah.
But I think all we've done here is to widen the gap. That's all we've
Yeah,
done.
and I agree. And of course, everybody, at some point in this conversation got angry, including me, which I hated.
Well, including the listeners, John. I mean, they're
Sure.
either angry at me or they're angry at you. you
Yeah,
know, So.
yeah, or Joe. They're all angry at Joe.
And that's what GL has become, hate listening.
No,
So you
everyone
can
loves
hate
Rookie.
John.
I feel like I'm Switzerland here.
Yeah,
I don't
you
know.
everyone loves
yeah.
Rookie.
I just want some
I-
chocolate and some gold.
I guess I'll
Is that
be.
Switzerland?
I guess I'll be eternally puzzled why me saying this fellow lies to your face, why that's hateful.
Here's what I'm going to tell you, Joe. This was explained to me by somebody, I won't tell you who, but it's somebody we all know. You just have to go by it. You can't. You think what you think, and that's fine. But you're not going to convince the people that think the other way, no matter what.
Absolutely.
And
So there are people that I'm talking to who are perfectly comfortable with believing that vandals destroyed
oh yes,
his effort to restore the reflecting
guaranteed.
I don't believe him. I don't care what he says.
pool. We know
I
you don't care. Why don't
just
you
don't-
stay out of the conversation for a minute?
All right, I will. You
By
know
the way-
what? That's really good advice.
So
I'm going to take that, Joe. Thank you.
Well,
Who
it's a good
believes that? The
advice.
January
See-
Sixers? They're storming the castle? Those are the people that
That
believe it?
was another lie.
Because
I saw the film. Here, let me just wrap it up with this.
Okay.
Way to go, Rook.
If you're comfortable disbelieving your own eyes and ears, God love you. 2 + 2 is 5, and you're right. Just go buy it.
So all the people that stormed that were hired by Pelosi. Got it.
Oh, wait a minute. Who won here? I think Joe did. Are we going to give this one victory to Joe?
Yeah. You
Yeah,
know,
I
We're
know.
going to have
after
to have
his
another
weekend,
fight
why
on the
not?
White
You
House
just
lawn
lost the
here to
victory.
see what happens.
You won
Father's
the
Day weekend.
I'm not ready to have a cigar yet. I think it'd be a little
You know what?
challenge.
But if
Where
you
are you gonna
were,
house it? Where are
But
you gonna
if
house
I
it until?
was, they're waiting for me in a Boveda humidor
that would
that
be
is
good
the
right
coolest thing you've ever seen in your life. It's made out of wood. I mean, real wood. It smells like
It's
wood.
beautiful. Look at that
Got
picture.
chrome fittings. But there's something about the Boveda humidor that you got to remember. It's bulletproof. It's foolproof. You don't do anything. Unlike other humidors where you got to fool with distilled water and sponges and you got to stand on your head and check a gauge and play with your magic beads and hope the thing
Whoa.
works. No. This thing takes one humidor pack for 6 months. At the end of 6 months, you put another Boveda humidor pack in it. You're done. That's it. I don't care what the humidity is outside. This thing keeps it perfect. It's a very affordable luxury. Every guy who smokes cigars deserves a zero maintenance humidor, and that's Boveda. Shop now at Boveda, Boveda, BovedaHumidor.com.
It's the end of the world as we know it, and he feels fine. Joe Souchere.
North American Banking Company, the official bank here in Garage Logic, and they have been investing in your success since 1998 because way back then, they decided to create a better banking experience for you, for your family, and also for your business. And you know, a lot has changed since then. However, this commitment to being a true community bank in the Twin Cities, that of course has not, nor will it ever change. Because you get that feeling anytime you walk into any one of their 6 convenient Twin Cities locations to serve you. Roseville, 50th and France, Woodbury, Hastings, Shoreview, and also in Maple Grove. They are locally owned and operated. Here's why that's different from those other big national banks. That means all of those loan decisions that are made, all of that money stays right here in the Twin Cities. They don't sell these to outstate companies. No, that's not going to happen with North American Banking Company. But you've got to see it for yourself. Check them out online today. It's nabankco.com to learn more. It's banking done differently. North American Banking Company, member FDIC, is an equal housing lender.
Let's go to John Heidt.
Thank you, Joe. This news is brought to you by North American Banking Company. The chief judge for Minnesota's federal court district has nullified 6 U.S. Department of Justice subpoenas targeting the state during Operation Metro Surge, calling the government's efforts an abuse of the grand jury process. U.S. District Court Judge Patrick Schiltz, a George W. Bush appointee, wrote in his order unsealed yesterday that there was, quote, overwhelming evidence the subpoenas issued by DOJ were issued for unlawful reasons, including to coerce Minnesota into helping ICE agents and harass and retaliate against them for failing to do so, unquote. The subpoenas called for Governor Walz, Attorney General Keith Ellison, and the mayors of Minneapolis and St. Paul, and the Hennepin and Ramsey County boards to produce records relating to immigration laws dating back to January 1st, 2025, about a year before federal immigration agents came into the state. During Operation Metro Surge, more than 3,000 Homeland Security agents arrived in Minnesota, making it the agency's largest single operation ever. In mid-January, the DOJ filed the subpoenas, which Schultz called extremely broad and seeking records related to federal immigration enforcement. 4 days later, then Attorney General Pam Bondi sent the governor a letter demanding records and the repeal of sanctuary policies to end the ICE surge. Update to a story from yesterday. The Anoka-Hennepin School Board approved its new budget with cuts as families continue to push for a tax levy vote. The board approved the 2026-27 budget last night. It includes program cuts and job losses. A grassroots group, including many school families, has pushed for a vote of the public on whether to increase taxes to avoid those cuts. But the district says state law does not allow residents to initiate ballot referendums related to the school's operating levy.
Tax-paying citizens are continually victimized by the failure of public entities to hire competent people to do budgeting.
Wow.
There you go.
Thank you.
Where did that come from?
I just made it up.
Okay.
Community members said they collected more than 3,000 signatures in a petition aimed at forcing a November ballot referendum, stating their intention to file the petition with the school board last night and maintaining legal advice contradicts that of the school district. However, state law says citizens could force a vote if the school board had proposed the tax increase and residents wanted to challenge it, but that did not happen in this case, so citizens cannot force a vote on their own tax proposal under state law. A district spokesperson said it's unknown whether board members ever plan to consider the request, adding that in the event of a ballot referendum this November to approve additional funding for schools, those funds would not be available anyway for until next school year, 2027-2028. Hard decisions surrounding programs, services, workers, and property taxes lie ahead for Minneapolis leaders as the city faces a substantial budget gap. And Mayor Jacob Fry told our friends down at 5 Eyewitness News it's his most significant budget that he'll set yet. As it sits now, the city's staffing and services far outweigh its expected revenue. The current budget gap between $28 and $33 million.
You mean you had a budget problem?
Correct.
We never see a competent budgeting process.
With only a few days to address that, the mayor says residents and their own budgets are top of mind. He said we're undergoing a whole lot of work to keep down property taxes as much as we possibly can. If property taxes continue to rise every single year in dramatic form, he says people can get priced out of their homes.
Really?
So it's on us to do everything possible to provide efficiencies. He says that means going through with a fine-tooth comb, looking at every department. Where are there efficiencies that can be gained? Where are there programs that are duplicative?
Why don't you do that before you make the budget?
The mayor adds core functions addressing public safety, housing, and economic development will be a focus as he shapes his budget. He'll present his budget to the city council in August, and from there, they'll make final determinations that will include months of deliberations and public input opportunities.
There's never been a budgeting problem in the county of Gumption or the city of Garage Logic.
3 people injured after a shooting in North Minneapolis last night. Minneapolis police says that Minneapolis Police Department says that just before 8:20, officers responding to the report of the shooting on the 1600 block of Girard Avenue North, authorities found a man with non-life-threatening gunshot wounds outside a vehicle and a woman in the vehicle with at least one non-life-threatening gunshot wound. Both were brought to the hospital for their injuries. Police were notified a third person was injured, found a man hiding in a shed on the 1500 block of Girard Avenue North. He was also brought to the hospital with non-life-threatening gunshot wounds. MPD says they're working to try to figure out what led up to the shooting, how the 3 people are connected to each other, and no arrests have been made at this
It's either the woods or the shed, isn't it?
Exactly.
I do, yeah.
As a person that had a lady living in my shed for a short amount of time, I can understand it's not a good hiding place.
Why don't we take a quick break here, and we'll be back with more news after we hear from the mayor, Mr. Soucheray.
If you need a new garage door, why don't you get done in the summer when the working environment would be perfect and cause the least inconvenience? Get a hold of Precision Garage Door. They have models for every budget. They send out a designer. You pick the door. Boom. You've increased the value of your home, save energy, provide better security. And right now, a special offer, get up to $400 trade-in credit for your old garage door when you purchase a new garage door from Precision Door. If you like your current door, but you just soon verify its worthiness, get a hold of a $79 safe and sound package from Precision Door. Let them throw the diagnostic checks at it. Book online at Precision Door MN, one word, precisiondoormn.com. or call 612-263-6985 to schedule your free on-site new door estimate or book a Precision Door safe and sound package.
The earth is not your mother. The Joe Souchere Show.
We are a week away from the best 2 weeks of boating in the summer, that period over the 4th of July. There's nothing better than family time on the water and living the pontoon lifestyle. And that's where Warner Stock in New Richmond comes in. They're on the web, warnerstock.com. They have a big selection of both Premier and Bentley pontoons on sale right now. The only thing better than watching the 4th of July fireworks around the lake from out on a pontoon is actually doing those goofy, hastily arranged pop-up parades. I love getting in on those. And remember, for the kiddos, these are the good old days. So Warner Stock can help you and your family really enjoy and make lifelong memories this summer. Check out everything they have. It's a huge inventory right there on warnerstock.com. And then stop in and shop in that huge air-conditioned showroom right there in New Richmond. If you don't care about pontoons, but fishing is your jam, you've come to the right place. Warner Stock specializes in Alumacraft boats powered by Suzuki, Yamaha, and Mercury outboards. And remember, they love your trade, from sales to service to storage, pontoons, boats, docks, you name it. Warner Stock in New Richmond is the place for all your needs. Again, check out that inventory, warnerstock.com.
Thanks, Kenny. In national and international news, Vice President Vance said last night Iran would allow nuclear inspectors to return to the country after what he called a very, very good first day of U.S.-Iran negotiations in Switzerland. However, Iran's foreign ministry said real negotiations on the nuclear issue haven't even started yet. Mediators said the two sides agreed to establish a line of communication to avoid incidents and miscommunication in the Strait of Hormuz to help ensure safe transit for commercial vessels. Meanwhile, the Pentagon has told senators it needs about $80 billion, mostly to cover the cost of the U.S. war against Iran, adding to what is already a sizable military spending boost being sought by the president. The White House Office of Management and Budget has yet to make a formal request, but Defense Secretary Pete Hegseth has been making the rounds on Capitol Hill, including last night. A big sell-off again of tech stocks on Wall Street today. Both the NASDAQ and the S&P down considerably. That happened yesterday, too. Among the tech that is being sold, SpaceX. The shares seesawing in pre-market trading today after a $400 billion sell-off yesterday. The space and AI company saw huge gains after their record-breaking IPO on June 12th, briefly surpassing Amazon and Microsoft in market capitalization before falling back to below both as sentiment cooled. The companies hired by the state of Florida to operate the immigration facility there, known as Alligator Alcatraz, were notified yesterday to begin full demobilization of the facility, quietly bringing an embarrassing close to a $1.2 billion experiment that had once been hailed by Governor DeSantis and President Trump as a model other states should pursue. The final few detainees left the facility last week. Federal and state officials at the time said it was due to safety concerns, but now they've decided to close it. The closure will cost the state lots of money. Each vendor at Alligator Alcatraz has a demobilization clause built into their contract. By invoking that clause, the state has triggered two key components to those contracts. First, it allows the companies to charge the state a demobilization fee, and that will run into the tens of millions of dollars, according to the state. Two former stalwarts of the MAGA movement have decided they're done. Former Rep. Marjorie Taylor Greene says she's done with the Republican Party, which she said has turned into the America Last Party. Her comments came right after right-wing commenter and former Fox News host Tucker Carlson said he's done with Republicans after voting Republican his whole life. Carlson called the GOP immoral and said it's not loyal to the United States. Greene agreed, saying Tucker's not the only one who's done supporting the Republican Party. Like Carlson, Greene said she won't be joining the Democratic Party, though. It's happened again, this time in Kentucky. You guys will remember two people were arrested last week after a detective found a bag labeled, "Definitely not a bag full of drugs."
What?
We had that last year also someplace in the South.
Really?
Yeah. And
I don't remember that.
This was the new one, as was the first one, definitely a bag full of drugs.
What kind? Good stuff?
Laurel County Sheriff's Office said a detective found a suspicious vehicle parked in an employee area of a local business. When the detective spoke with the man and woman inside the car, he noticed a plastic bag, just a normal bag, that contained suspected narcotics. He then found the second bag that was labeled, definitely not a bag full of drugs, inside the vehicle. And yes, there were more suspected narcotics inside that bag. Officials said 51-year-old Tricia Crowley gave the detective a false ID card belonging to someone else. A check of Crowley's true identity showed she had an outstanding warrant. 48-year-old Damone Bennett was also in the vehicle. The detective found that Bennett had outstanding warrants. Both were arrested, taken to the Laurel County Corrections Center.
I think our, what is the university we have, Joe, for the criminally incompetent?
The Gumption County Institute for the Criminally Incompetent.
Exactly. I think to get that off the ground and up and rolling, we should have a TV commercial, just like that insurance guy who tries to stop you from acting like your parents.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And it'll be a guy kind of like that saying, now, don't write that on your bag.
Exactly.
And don't keep your stash in the front seat. Don't smoke while you're driving.
Right.
Go the speed limit.
Go the
Make sure
speed
all
limit
blinkers
and
work.
make sure your blinkers are off.
If you're going to break into a building or a business via the roof, make sure you're actually on the roof and not the overhang.
That's my favorite. The kids in Iowa who said, we got this one, jumped through and ended up on the sidewalk out front.
Think of the commercials we could create.
Oh,
It'd
yeah.
be so much fun.
Great media news for the National Basketball Association. The finals drew the biggest numbers in years for the league. According to Nielsen, the New York Knicks' victory in Game 5 drew 24.5 million viewers. That game, which aired on June 13th, peaked at 33 million viewers late in the telecast. That's the most watched NBA Finals Game 5 since 1998, when Michael Jordan and the Chicago Bulls defeated the Utah Jazz. The Knicks-Spurs finals averaged about 20.6 million viewers across all 5 games. That's double the average of last year's finals, in which Oklahoma City defeated the Indiana Pacers. Playoffs also good news for the NHL. Stanley Cup playoffs this spring were the most watched on record in the United States, with an average of 1.8 million viewers.
Oh, my God, that's it?
That's
The
it.
NBA's 25 million and the NHL's 2 million.
Yeah. But that's
Wow.
apparently that's always been the case, because the previous record, 1996, 1.56 million.
Good Lord.
So it's always been, although they haven't really had as many networks covering them as the
No,
NBA
of course
does.
not. No.
Yeah.
Exactly.
Yeah. The biggest TV audience total in the finals for the NHL championship round since 2019. Pickleball rage. Who was picking on pickleball yesterday?
That was
Patrick?
Patsy.
Oh, it was Patrick. Okay.
Yeah.
During a post-game dispute between pickleball players, a Florida woman repeatedly hit a male victim in the head with her paddle, leaving him bloodied and with an injury to his face, according to investigators. It happened May 31st at a pickleball court in Treaty Park in St. Augustine, a city about 40 miles from Jacksonville. It's resulted in the filing of a felony case against Michelle Bannister, a 47-year-old nurse. According to court records, during one doubles game that Sunday, a dispute arose between players upon the retrieval of a ball. Upon completion of the match, 50-year-old Ron Burnett went to speak with the defendant's son regarding critique of his playing style. Burnett is a devoted pickleball player and a member of the St. Augustine Pickleball Group on Facebook. Police say that during the course of the beef between Burnett and her son, Bannister interjected herself into the argument, hit the victim in the head with the pickleball paddle. When cops responded to the courts, Bannister allegedly provided them with a fake name. She's a licensed nurse practitioner who lives 2 miles from Treaty Park. She said she was just protecting her son, but witnesses say there was no altercation happening to protect him from. Bannister has a master's degree from the University of Alabama. Prior to her nursing career, served in the Marine Corps as a helicopter mechanic. An online bio describes her as an active mom who participates in many sports. After being arrested, Bannister was named in a June 11th, felony information, charging her with aggravated battery and providing cops with that false name. She has a hearing.
Let me
in
guess
July.
Pat's objection. The noise of the ball and racket.
Oh. Did he bring that up? I don't remember.
His main objection was them bringing different rackets. Like they need 4
The
different
preciousness
rackets.
of it.
Yes.
The
Yes.
preciousness of it.
It's a hell of a loud sport.
Do you guys, are you familiar with the kind of it's a new sport called slap fighting, where two contestants face each other?
Why is this? This disturbs me.
I disapprove.
Yeah.
Here's my idea: pickleball slap fight slash. You put them together, or corn. What is the cornhole thing?
Cornhole, yeah.
Cornhole slap fight. Where some if you miss a
miss-
corn, you have to be slapped.
Oh, that
And somehow you have to figure slapping into the pickleball nonsense.
that would increase the accuracy of the game, I think.
Make it interesting.
Yes.
John, thank you.
Yeah, sure.
Okay.
Well, I didn't know where John was, so.
He's over there. He's in
I'm right here.
He's on
No,
the
I
screen.
know where
Hand
he.
over.
I didn't mean that.
How many fingers is he
Joe,
holding up?
You're at work, Joe. Everything's fine.
Do you know how many times I was asked that over the past 5 days?
You know where you're at?
Where are you? I said, you mean that existentially or
What year is it?
Well,
My
I'm
car
not in the
or
reflecting
year?
pool.
I was playing golf one time with a kid who was pretty funny, and I said, do you know where you are? Meaning his ball. Do you know where you are? He said, give me a minute.
It'll come to me.
Yeah. All right, thank you.
The shower situation that was all good at the old hospital.
It was different. It's different.
Did you get that white stool, that plain Jane white stool you had to sit on, or were they?
The one as seen on TV.
Yeah, or did they didn't have enough faith in you because they had to have a back to it as well? It's got the little hole in the middle of it there. You gotta.
And then doesn't it get sticky? Doesn't your skin kind of
A
stick
towel
to it?
is
You
laid
never
on.
really feel clean, do you?
A towel was laid on the bench.
Sure.
You know.
Just one towel, nice big beach towel.
And did she remain clothed in there
Yeah.
with you? Or
I'm your
did
nurse,
she-
Linda.
It was a guy. It was a guy.
Oh, it was a fella.
Yeah.
He requested a guy.
Well, I can see that. That
You've
just
always he's always been liberal in that regard.
Yeah. Hey,
Chris.
Frank, how you doing? How about that pool? You think the liberal got the thing with the stone?
If I had to ride a bike today,
Yeah.
Oh, boy.
it'd have to be an electric bike
I'd go 3 wheels too.
because there's not a chance in hell I could do it without that extra zip that you get from an electric bike, starting at $8.99 at EcoFun Motorsports, Forest Lake / Columbus, Highway 97, immediately west of the interstate. 300 e-bikes in stock. You won't leave there with the wrong bike, and you won't leave there without the right sizing of the whole machinery. Kalen Bloom is the world's e-bike expert. You want motorcycles? There's 120 on display in Motorcycle Alley, Kawasaki, Aprilia, Yamaha, Moto Guzzi's, starting at $71.99. Okay, here's my sweet spot. Scooters on sale, $14.99. Go do your 90 miles worth of errands on 1 gallon of gas. You can do it. You just configure routes, urban routes that don't have you on busy streets. You can pull it off. It's really, really the way to do it. Kawasaki Mule side by side starting at $91.99, and Yamaha Wave Runners and Kawasaki jet skis. Buy one and mention you heard this ad on GL. Get that Yamaha pull behind tube, matching tow rope and air pump. That's on them. That's a $300 value. Check out the full lineup, not only in Forest Lake / Columbus, but down in Burnsville on the Service Road of Life. Check out the full lineup at the world's greatest website, ecofunmotorsports.com.
Yep.
Here's a man who spends hours in hardware stores, sifting through the nuts and bolts of life. Joe Souchere.
GLers, you might not be thinking about it right now, or maybe you are, because you have an infestation of pests. Maybe it might be ants, wasps in the backyard. And if you have been paying attention, those ants can really wreak havoc. Sidewalks, you see those ant piles, and then they get into your house. Well, I've got a great place for you to go. That's Valor Pest Solutions. And they're not a big national chain. They're a Minnesota company built specifically for Minnesota homes and Minnesota pest problems. Yeah, pests can be a pain in the rear end, and I don't want you to wait until that pest issue becomes a really big problem. Right now, Valor Pest Solutions, I do have a problem with ants, and I've got them on the side of my house, in the back of the house, and I did give them a call. If you want to give them a call and find out, have them come out and look at your house, 763-247-4329. Talk to one of the guys there. They've got the summer GL special right now. Because they know you're listening to Garage Logic on the podcast, you get 50% off your initial service with a monthly subscription. Tell them you heard it on Garage Logic. And just rest in peace knowing you don't have to walk around the house killing ants. It's a big pain in the butt, but these are local guys that you can trust. Valor Pest Solutions, built for Minnesota homes. Again, whether you got the grandkids over and you got bees buzzing around, spiders, ants, whatever the case may be, check out Valor Pest Solutions and tell them you heard it on Garage Logic.
Here is your latest Ilhan Omar report on Garage Logic.
Ilhan is now, she's our congressional representative, representing the 5th Congressional District. She now claims her husband earned $200 last year.
I saw that.
Hell, we're doing a podcast and we're doing better than that.
Hey, what business is he in?
$200 from his 2 worthless companies. This contradicts his own accountants, who wrote that in 2025 the companies were worth millions of dollars. She can't keep her story straight, said Paul Kamenar of the National Legal and Policy Center, which filed a formal complaint last year about Omar's financial reporting. There needs to be a full audit to straighten this out. Now, I presume we need the audit to establish legality of various claims, right? I mean, in other words, does she owe anybody an audit of her? She does. She's a congresswoman.
Yeah.
So I looked up. You know me. I've been checking. I looked up to see if the Sahan Journal, which I used to think more highly of, has done anything about Omar and her preposterous financial claims. Mm-hmm. And again, I looked it up today. The most recent mention of Ilhan Omar was May 16, when she was credited with some funding money she got through Congress to allow the local Afghan Cultural Society, which I didn't know we had one, the Afghan Cultural Society, which is, I'm getting one hell of a cartoon bubble.
I'm seeing blankets.
Yeah. The Afghan Cultural Society was able to purchase a new building as a result of funding that Ilhan had a hand in creating. So that's today's Ilhan Omar update. But boy, I anticipate she's got to be dumping that guy at any minute.
Yeah, that's not enough to live on, is it?
$200. I'd say he failed.
I'd say, hey, Reggie, are you going to work here today, or what's going on?
Why are you telling me this is worth millions? I just bought some shoes and a new bag, and you can't even cover $200.
The winery's not doing as good as we thought, as well as we thought.
And I have this note.
Well, let's do the numbers here, because I went down further in the story. In his time, let me just get rid of this.
He's been all over the map.
Omar said in her latest disclosure that both firms were worth zero to her husband. We covered that in 2025. A claim that's incongruent with a 2025 email obtained by the Wall Street Journal in April, which shows Minet's accountant had valued Rose Lake at $7.9 million and something called S-Crew LLC at $1.5 million. He owns about a third of the firms, the Journal said. So, yeah. Those are some
Is he
interesting
done with the
numbers.
wine business?
Yeah, evidently
Doesn't pay
he's
enough.
done with all of those.
Well,
Has Ilmar ever been at like Surdyk's or anything doing a wine tasting?
here's the reason why it was so easy and convenient for him to get out of the wine business. The flippin' wine business never existed.
Oh,
It's easier
so
to leave, isn't it?
getting rid of inventory, not a problem.
Well, remember the story of the person that went, it was, I forget what city in California, they went to there's nothing here.
Oh, that seems familiar, Chris.
Yeah.
Where else have we seen that?
It was just some storefront. They might as well put Quality Leering Center on the front of it.
Exactly.
Quality Leering Center.
Yeah.
Only
They forgot the end.
only because they come to us all the way from
Flippin' joke.
Marloth Park in Mpumalanga, South Africa. From the Traveling Lymans, you can follow them at worldwidewaftage.com. It was on this day
June 23rd.
in 1870. Adolf O. Eberhard was born in Sweden. He became Minnesota's 17th governor upon the death of John A. Johnson in 1909 and was elected to the office in 1910. During his tenure, he signed a law Signed into law a direct primary bill. He died on December 6, 1844. So that would have made him 74 years old. I did that math right off.
Pretty
Wow,
good, especially
nice,
with
yeah.
your, you
Yep.
know.
On this day,
June
Situation.
23rd.
in 1911, Duluth celebrated its first Svenskarnesdag,
The old Care 11 meteorologist?
the Swedish Midsummer Festival, with a parade, music, and speeches. St. Paul followed suit in 1933 to bring together its own residents of Swedish descent. You know, for ages I've remembered, doesn't that get covered every year at Minnehaha Park, Svenskarnesdag days?
Yes,
Or have we
yes.
given that up because these people are way too white?
No, I think they still celebrate that.
On this day,
Joe, today is June 23rd.
in 1927, Captain Gerhard Fulgero and his 42-foot Viking ship, Leif Erikson, sailed into Duluth, completing a voyage from Norway. The ship was later displayed in a Duluth park. Let's just back this up. In 1927, this guy sailed a 42-foot tub over here from Duluth. From Norway.
Okay.
That's pretty good.
Yeah.
And years later, didn't we go? Someone went that way. They built a ship in Duluth, did they not?
Maybe.
Well, that's where the ship goes.
Like a replica.
Toodaloo.
On this day,
No, no.
June 23rd.
Reject that.
on this day,
June 23rd.
in 1975, the Discoverer, a Danish passenger ship, called at Duluth. No international passenger ships would return to Minnesota for 22 years.
Really?
That used to be common in the 20s and 30s. There were great liners that traversed the Great Lakes. And you put the kids in little sailor suits, and mom and dad would go to the restaurant.
Sure.
And the whole deal.
In 1982, a 76-foot replica named successfully sailed from Duluth to Norway.
I'll be damned.
1982.
Were we talking on the air about this state? Was it you, Kenny, who brought up this state? We don't make enough of what Jerry Speece accomplished.
I don't
Remember
know
we
that
had
that-
his-
He came up 2 weeks ago. It was
His
the
voyage-
anniversary of his voyage.
Yeah, this state has ignored Jerry Speece. The guy did what no other human has done.
I think at the time he got quite a bit
Well, I
of.
want more.
Oh,
I think
I'm not satisfied with that.
I've been mostly irritated with the treatment of Sibley by the uneducated.
Well,
yeah.
The uneducated's your problem.
Yeah, exactly.
On this day in sports disappointment history.
Joe, who did we lose to on June 23rd?
Boy, 1961. On
Twins
this,
related.
that's right. On this day,
June 23rd.
the Twins fired Cookie Lavagetto and replaced him with who?
What year, I'm sorry?
Sam Mealy.
Sam Mealy.
Oh,
Wait a second. Cookie, what?
Cookie Lavagetto.
Lavagetto.
Didn't, I think Tony took him out on his boat one night.
Yeah.
And,
yeah, he did. He
cement
did.
shoes.
Wait a minute. When the Twins arrived here, was Cookie the manager? Must have been.
He must have been.
I
Yeah.
always thought it was Sam.
No.
No, it wasn't
So
Sam
he would
until,
have been the Senators' manager, and then they moved here.
I guess, yeah.
He was 57. He was made the Senators manager, and he stayed until Mealy replaced him with the Twins there.
When did we lose Cookie?
Cookie died in his sleep in Orinda, California in 1990 at the age of 77.
Wow, too young.
Jeez. Yeah. Thank you, GLers.
Yes. Thank you. Welcome back,
Yes,
Joe.
Welcome.
Thank you to all of you that have hit the subscribe button on the Garage Logic YouTube channel.
The prodigal host has come back.
I make no promises for tomorrow.
Stay tuned.
See you tomorrow.
And hey, by the way, join the 21,000 subscribers on the Garage Logic YouTube channel where you can watch the show each and every single day starting at noon. And you can also see full segments. There's video shorts, there's behind the scenes footage. It's all there for you. Just search Garage Logic, that's 2 words, on YouTube, along with all of our social channels, Facebook, Instagram, and X. And sign up for the Daily Logician. It's an email, comes right to your inbox every single day, and it includes the most recent episode of the podcast. Find out more and sign up today at garagelogic.com.